Hello, I'm going to be doing Phantom of Venice walkthroughs, and this is the first one, so welcome.
Hi, I'm Nancy Drew. This is my Center of Operations, my desk. Go ahead and poke around. If you want to know the particulars of how I do what I do, take a look at the book titled How to Be a Detective. It's real helpful, especially if you're new to the mystery-solving business. And be sure to check out my scrapbook. I put memorabilia from all my past cases in there. A lot of them were pretty dangerous and at times really scary. But don't say anything about that to my dad, okay? He worries about me enough as it is. And whatever you do, read what's in the file called Case File. That'll tell you all about the mystery I'm about to try to solve. If you think you're ready to dive into that mystery, just click on the plane ticket and you'll be on your way.
Okay, case file.
Thanks to Prudence Rutherford, the wealthy socialite whose necklace I helped recover while solving that scarlet hand case a while back, I'm on my way to Venice, Italy. Apparently, someone there has been dressing up in a mask and cape and stealing valuable pieces of art. The news media call him the Phantom, not only because of the way he dresses, but because he leaves behind so few clues. Prudence, who loves Venice and belongs to an organization dedicated to preserving the city's art, is outraged the thief hasn't been caught yet. So she talked someone she knows at the GDIF, the Italian version of our FBI, into having me help the police in their investigation. She arranged for me to stay in Venice in the palazzo she used to own, which now belongs to a well-to-do widow named Margherita Faubourg. Beyond that, all I know for sure is that I'll be working undercover, and as soon as I arrive, the police will send me something that will lead me to my assignment. What it will be, I have no idea. But am I excited? Oh, see!
Okay, so Phantom of Venice. This is a great game. I love this game. It's one of my favorites. We are being sent to Venice by Prudence Rutherford. So she's a recurring character, or at least phone character, who we first are introduced to in Secret of the Scarlet Hand. She's also a phone character in very briefly in Danger by Design. And now she's in this game too. Apparently she used to own a palazzo in Venice, so she's very wealthy, which I guess we already knew that. But she wants us to find out why all of these, or the valuable pieces of art are being stolen and who is stealing them. So, we are going undercover with the Italian police. Grab the dictionary and let's get started. Oh, I forget the game starts this way. This is a fun start.
Open the door! Oh, no! Well, Nancy, things are not looking good. What the heck happened? This case started out so well. I mean, what could be better than waking up in Venice, Italy?
Such a unique start to a game. I always forget it starts that way, but basically now we're in Nancy's room at the palazzo. And there's nothing really out here. In this game we can dress up, which is really fun. I don't think there's any other game where you can change Nancy's clothes like this. Scarf. And a bathroom where Nancy says funny things.
Ciao bello, molto obrigado.
And I don't remember if this is one of the games where if you go to the bathroom a lot, like you get an Easter egg or you get some kind of award at the end. I can't remember. If you want to go to sleep, you just click on the bed. There's a phone here, which I'm not going to call anyone yet. Over here, an interactive guide to Venice. How Venice was built. Major sites. Gelato. Commedia dell'arte. That will be important later. Carnival. You can learn Italian words.
That's my roommate stuff. Mine's on the other side of the room.
This is our roommate, Helena. We can't read that because it's in German. Hilde, I found some lovely mosaics that I picked up from a friend. I'll send them your way once I find some time. Okay, so we've looked at everything in the room. Let's go outside and meet people. This is in German, so this is Helena's stuff, which we can't read.
Hello, you must be the American Margarita mentioned. I'm Colin Baxter.
I'm Nancy Drew.
If you're looking for Margarita, she's up on the Altana, the rooftop garden.
What are you doing, if you don't mind my asking?
Right now, I'm restoring this 14th century mosaic, which means, without getting overly technical, I'm cleaning the tesserae that remain in place, repairing those that have been damaged, and replacing those that are missing with new ones custom crafted to match.
You kind of lost me at tesserae.
Simply put, tesserae are the individual tiles which comprise a mosaic.
Sounds like a lot of work.
It's a phenomenal amount of work. However, just between you and me, I do this for free. I became fascinated with art in general and mosaics in particular when I was at Oxford. Oxford University. That's where I'm from, actually. Oxford, England. At least, that's where I was born. I live here now and intend to do so for a very long while. Although I say that with no small amount of guilt.
Why do you feel guilty?
People like me and Helena are the reason true Venetians are slowly going extinct. We foreigners come to Venice, fall in love with her, and wind up staying. High demand for food and housing results in high prices, which in many cases means the people who were born here have to leave because they can no longer afford to live here. If I could be granted one wish, it would be to have been born here. That way I would feel entitled to live here, and I would know how to speak Italian.
You don't speak Italian?
Much as it shames me to admit it, no. Languages don't come easily to me. And since I am able to do what I do without knowing Italian, you know, I have some slides of various tesserae. Not only are they enormously informative, but they're also quite beautiful. Would you like to see them?
Sure.
Marvelous. Here we go. Wonderful jade color. Now that's what I call indigo. Wonderful jade color.
So this whole thing will just continue on.
This one is fantastic.
I think indefinitely. I think I let this go on for like an hour once.
Has all the radiance of a sapphire.
I was like doing other things. But you can end it by...
I adore this shade of crimson.
Clicking out. Yeah, clicking the back arrow.
Spectacular, isn't it?
But yeah, it's very boring.
I'm afraid you're going to have to excuse me.
Very well. I thought I had at long last found a kindred spirit, someone who shared my passion for beauty, for art, but you apparently are like everyone else, interested only in what something is worth instead of what it offers the soul.
No, please. I'd stay, but I really do need to be somewhere. Believe me, I think what you're doing is fascinating, and you obviously really know your stuff. In fact, that figurine in front of you, I've been dying to ask you about it. It's exquisite.
What, this statuette? Yes, it is exquisite. It's an example of late Etruscan bronze work, no doubt cast some 2,200 years ago. I'm not sure how Margarita came to own it, but she's very fortunate. It's almost impossible to find bronzetti of this quality outside a museum. You see, after they conquered the Etruscans, the ancient Romans melted down thousands upon thousands of statues like this just so they could make coins.
Interesting. Shoot, I wish I had time to hear more.
No, you go on. We can talk more later. Oh, a parcel was just delivered for you. It's by the door.
Thank you.
Buongiorno. And again, welcome to Carnas Costa. I see you finally decided to get up.
Actually, I've been up for a while.
Good for you. I got up, showered, and came straight up here. If it's a daytime and it's sunny, no matter the time of year, this is where you will find me. They say the sun gives you wrinkles and worse, and that may be true, but it also makes you tan. To me, to be tan is good. Your accommodations, they are to your liking?
Oh, yes, the room is wonderful.
You do not mind having a roommate?
Not at all.
Ah, you are just being polite. The last thing a young lady wants when she is on holiday is a roommate. I warned Prudence that you would have to share a room, but she said you had to come to Venezia this week and you had to stay here. And as we both know, what Prudence wants, Prudence gets. Have you gone outside the car yet?
No, not yet.
Just do not forget to take your key and lock the front door whenever you leave. This is not the Palazzo Grassi, but I do have several valuable pieces of art. And with Il Fantasma, this phantom thief, running around and stealing everything, I prefer not to take any chances.
How long have you lived here?
Almost 2 years. 2 wonderful but very expensive years. The city expects homeowners like me to maintain these old buildings. But who pays for everything? We do. The Restoration Council gives us nothing, not one single euro. It is criminal.
You mean you can't afford it?
You miss the point. Just because I can afford to pay does not mean I should. It is the principle. It is the principle of the thing. Besides, being rich is something I like. If I am all the time spending money, I will soon be unrich.
I met the guy who's restoring the big mosaic in the main room. He's pretty intense.
Colin Baxter? I do not know how any man can find happiness looking at pieces of painted rock all day. Talking to him, it's like taking a sleeping pill. Que barba. But they say he is good, and so he works for me.
Who are they?
Everyone I know. All my friends own castles like this one. And since something is always in need of repair, we are constantly on the lookout for good workmen. And when we find them, we trade them back and forth like you Americans trade recipes for cookies. Olivia von Hellstein raved about the work he did for her. And what is good enough for the Countess of Schlosselbeck is more than good enough for me.
I'll stop pestering you now.
Ciao. Why are you touching my things? Please stop.
Okay, so that was Margarita. We've met Colin. We haven't met Helena yet because she's gone. Yeah, she's still gone. We can steal chocolates. Okay, let's go. We'll look at the package.
Oh, shoot, I'm sorry. Here, I'll get those.
There's Helena.
You must be my newly arrived roommate. I'm Helene Berg.
I'm Nancy Drew. Sorry for all the commotion when I came in last night. My plane got in 3 hours late.
No need to worry about waking me up. I can sleep through almost anything. Well, I'm sure you have things to do and places to go, so I won't keep you. Oh, by the way, there's a parcel for you in the entryway. Ciao.
Chalice of Saint Gervais stolen from convent. Nuns at the convent of Saint Gervais awoke this morning to discover that the legendary jewel-encrusted Chalice of the Saint, after which their convent was named, was missing. Police report that sometime between midnight and 5 a.m., someone broke into the underground chamber in which the chalice was kept, unlocked its glass display case, and made off with the ancient relic, which is estimated to be worth at least 50,000 euros. According to head mother's sister Lucille, the thief managed to breach the state-of-the-art security system which guarded the chalice without harming any of the convent's residents or damaging any property. For that we are very grateful, but the chalice is precious to us for reasons that have nothing to do with money. We beseech the thief who stole it from us so gracefully to return it the same way. Striking swiftly and silently and leaving no clues behind, are signatures of the burglar, popularly known as the Phantom. Police, however, say it's too early to attribute the theft of the chalice to the mysterious masked figure who has been glimpsed before and after the thefts of other valuable art objects. It doesn't matter if it's the same guy or not, said Venice Police Commissioner Antonio DiNardo. We are going to catch him. Allegedly removed from the grave of martyred Saint Gervais almost 1,800 years ago, the chalice is solid gold and encrusted with jewels. Most notable are the patterns of rubies and emeralds, which form the letter G on one side and P on the other. According to legend, the chalice was originally made of tin and was shared by Gervais and his twin brother Protes. Upon its removal from Gervais's grave, the tin cup was miraculously transformed into the chalice. Okay, that's the most recent theft. Miss Nancy Drew, Casa Nascosta, please find enclosed your bank card for the Banca del Oro. You will find a convenient automatic teller machine in the Piazza San Marco. Please visit there immediately so that we may activate your account. Best regards, Bruno Savion. Okay, so this isn't really a bank card. It's from the Italian police. So, to get that started, we need to go to the Piazza San Marco, because that's where the letter said. And when you take the river route, you can pay money to hear singing, or you can just take Luigi. And it's free. I didn't mean to click on that, but I'm trying to think if there's anything I can do here. So in this game, I know this isn't the first game where money is a thing, but it's definitely like a big part of this game. So we start with 200 euros. And one way to make more money is by selling flowers, and you can get this thing for 20 euros. And basically it lets you kill the bugs on the balcony, or not the balcony, but the roof, and you can sell the flowers for money. And might as well get some gelato. And stack it up really high. Well,
avete visto in televisione quello che è successo a proposito del fantasma?
No, cosa è successo?
Un poliziotto l'ha visto e
so far we can only go to Rialto Market, Conoscosta, and Piazza San Marco. But we will unlock other locations as the game goes on. Here's the bank. And we will just put in our card. So, all information below is confidential. Use discretion when discussing this case with anyone other than your contact, Sophia. Case instructions. After you read this, you will be provided with a pair of binoculars and a PDA. Using the binoculars, you will watch Antonio Fango, a suspect in the recent thefts attributed to the Phantom, see crime dossier. The window of his office in the Argon building, which is in Campo de Frieri, so that location will be unlocked now, can be clearly seen from the rooftop of Conoscosta. The surveillance team at the entrance to the Argon building will page you via the PDA whenever Fango enters. An audio signal will alert you to his arrival. A light on the PDA will remain on as long as he is in the building. Any suspicious or unusual activity should be reported immediately using the PDA. Press the call button on the PDA keypad to reach your contact, Detective Sofia Laparache. Background on Antonio Demetrius Fangus. Born in Genoa, kicked out of that place for cheating in December 1993, moved to Venice from Milan, custom designs and installs communication entertainment systems for homes and businesses through his company, Sognatricio. He is its sole employee. After the theft of the Doge sword, Venice police received a tip that Fango may have been involved. Wiretaps and surveillance of his business and apartment have revealed nothing out of the ordinary. His contact with people is limited. About once a week, he buys an assortment of chocolates. He rarely eats out, often takes long, random unaccompanied walks. He has no criminal record. Okay, so now we can pick up PDA. And the binoculars. And I need to read the crime dossier. Okay, so this just kind of talks about all of the pieces that have been stolen so far. Okay, so summary of crimes attributed to the Phantom. Successful disabling of complex alarm systems and a lack of crime scene evidence make these thefts similar to those committed by the Leo Macchiano theft ring. However, no connection between the Phantom and any member of the Macchiano ring has been discovered. So, the Gutenberg Bible, reported missing. When a man wearing a black cape and Brigella mask was seen on the premises, thought to be a partygoer. Doja sword stolen from exhibit. Alarm system appeared to be set but did not go off. No sign of forced entry. Guard saw nothing. Okay. Security cameras, blah, blah, blah. Caped figure wearing a Brigella mask moved past security camera on 3rd floor. And then the Gervais chalice. No property was damaged. Class case of the held chalice and alarm system were both intact. Nothing out of the ordinary was seen or heard. Okay. So we can buy things here, but okay. We can buy a German dictionary, so that will come in handy. We can buy this Sassy Detective magazine. That might give us tips for how to solve puzzles in this game. That's all we can buy. Okay. What else? So yeah, now we can go to Campo de Freri, but we don't really need to go there right now. So let's go back to the car.
That's my pager. Antonio Fongo is in his office. Time to go to work.
So when the pager goes off, we have to rush to the roof so that we can go spy on him with our binoculars. So grab binoculars and see what he's up to. Fongo. Who, again, he's a suspect
Nancy, what are you doing?
in this case.
Bird watching. It's one of my hobbies.
You Americans always busy doing something. Que noia.
I guess that means annoying. How annoying. Yeah, Margarita doesn't really like anyone, much less Nancy. Nothing's really happening. But then something does. Okay, now.
This looks interesting.
Huh.
I'd better go somewhere private and report this.
Ciao, this is Nancy Drew.
Yes, is this Detective Leporace?
Si, but please, to you I am just Sophia.
I'll remember that, Sophia.
You have something to report?
I think so. While I was watching Fongo, a pigeon flew to the window outside. Fongo got up from his desk, went over to the window, and took something off the pigeon's leg. Something very small.
He removed something from the pigeon's leg. You are positive?
Yes, he removed something, kind of studied it, then left the office.
Maybe he is using a trained pigeon to communicate with someone. Yes, this could be true, because we know that by phone he talks to almost no one. Here is what we will do. I will deliver to you a tracking device. You will sneak into Fango's office when he is not there and feed it to the pigeon. After that, you can use your PDA to see in what direction it has flown.
You want me to feed a tracking device to a pigeon?
It will be very, very tiny, but I do not want to leave it at the ATM. If you go there too much, people will get suspicious. So we will leave it for you in the costume store in Campo Santa Maria Famosa. It will be hidden among the things there. You will have to find it.
How will I know what it looks like?
Very soon, I will send a picture of it to your PDA. But you must locate the device quickly. If you do not find it in time, it will destroy itself. If that happens, we will hide another device. Your PDA will show you where we have hidden it.
You want me to feed a tracking device that self-destructs to a pigeon?
The self-destruct mechanism will automatically deactivate when you pick it up. And do not worry. The device will not hurt the pigeon after it is swallowed.
And I'll be able to track it using my PDA. Sounds like this thing is going to come in very handy.
It is from the GDIF. Military equipment is good.
Well, guess I'm on my way to Campo Santa Maria Formosa.
After you have fed the tracking device to the pigeon, you must do two things. You must find out where the pigeon goes when it leaves Fungos, and you must discover what it is carrying. Call me when you know these things. You are good to help us, Nancy. We are very short-handed. Carnevale keeps the police very busy.
I'll do my best. Ciao.
Okay, Campo, Santa Maria Formosa, but first let's talk to Helena.
Hello, Nancy, right? So, how do you like Venice?
Oh, it's incredible.
I think Venice is the most fascinating city in the world. Its history, its art, its layout, everything about it is so rich and so beautiful, and there's so much about human ingenuity. I absolutely love it.
Where are you from?
I was born in Austria, but I'm from all over, really. England, France, Germany, and someday Venice will be my home. Every time I come here, I make an effort to meet new people. Having friends is very important to me, you see? But I don't want to move here until I can afford my own palazzo. So, until that day, I shall have to content myself with staying here wherever I can and as often as I can.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a journalist. Right now, I live in Hamburg because that's where the offices of Eurovet magazine are. I do most of my writing for them. But I know far more about Venice than I do about Hamburg. In fact, I know more about Venice than most Venetians do. I know where the best souvenir stands are, the nicest glass shops. Here, I'll make you a list of the cheapest cafes.
No, that's okay. You don't need to do that.
You don't want to know where the cheapest cafes are? Are you sure you're American?
I'm just not into touristy things, that's all.
I see.
Oh, but you could tell me what your very favorite spot in Venice is. I'd love to know that.
Oh, well, let me think. That would have to be Campo San Paolo. There's something, I don't know, something very avant-garde about it that's quite charming.
So what do you think about all this phantom thief stuff?
I probably shouldn't say this, but I think it's great. A caped figure darting down walkways beside moonlit canals, melting mist-like into the shadows, escaping not with stolen money, but stolen art. It's all just so wonderfully Venetian.
Have you written about it?
I'm working on a piece for your Welt, yes. I tried to tell them I was here on holiday, but when they agreed to pay half my expenses in addition to my normal fee, how could I refuse? Besides, as far as crime sprees go, this one is rather refreshing. Il Fantasma hasn't physically hurt anyone, and has some very interesting ideas when it comes to what's worth stealing. In fact, it's altogether possible this phantom could turn out to be a woman. Whew! That would be a story I'd write for free.
So, have you dug up anything juicy for your story on this phantom thief person?
This case is so huge the police are swamped. Apparently, they've got people coming in from all over the world to help track down leads. My contacts at the police station are too busy to give me the time of day, let alone a juicy tip. However, one of my non-police sources just told me something very interesting. He said the word on the street is that the next thing the thief steals is going to be a person.
He's going to kidnap someone?
A very wealthy someone. At least, that's a rumor.
Do you talk to Colin Baxter very much?
I try to talk to him, but he's so focused on his work. Having a decent conversation with him is virtually impossible. Once, out of politeness, I feigned an interest in what he was doing, and the next thing I knew...
He was showing you his test ray slides.
Yes! They went on and on and on! It was nightmarish. I felt like a seabird that had landed in an oil slick and couldn't fly away. The only way I could escape was to confess that I found the slides less than fascinating, which hurt his feelings terribly, I'm afraid, but it couldn't be helped.
Yeah, the same thing happened to me.
The man is obsessed, which is a shame, really. After all, he's not bad looking. and there's a touch of intrigue about him.
What do you mean?
Once, while he was working, his cell phone rang. He immediately left the room to take the call, but as he was leaving, he picked up by saying, "This is Justin." Not Colin. Justin.
He's using a fake name?
Either Justin or Colin. One of them's fake.
Thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
It's been a pleasure. Pretty locket.
Thank you. My boyfriend gave it to me.
Boyfriend. You do have it all, don't you, Nancy Drew?